Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. Success ain't no accident. It's not about luck. It's about strategy. You don't just wake up one day and find yourself at the top. You have to plan, prepare, and push your way there. Success doesn't just happen by chance. It is a result of intentional effort, planning, and execution. People often look at those who have made it to the top and assume they got lucky, but luck has very little to do with it. Behind every achievement, there is a story of discipline, resilience, and deliberate choices that lead to that moment. Success is built on habits, routines, and consistent work that many don't see. The real difference between those who succeed and those who don't isn't luck. It's the choices they make every single day. There are people who wake up every morning with a plan. They don't just go through life hoping something good happens. They structure their day, set goals, and execute with precision. They don't leave things to chance because they know success is not about waiting, it's about doing. They understand that if they don't take control of their future, nobody else will. This is what separates those who achieve their dreams from those who only talk about them. Some people believe they are just one lucky break away from making it. They sit and wait, hoping the right opportunity magically appears. But the truth is, opportunities don't come to those who wait, they come to those who prepare. When a person is prepared, they don't need luck. They are ready when the right moment presents itself. They have put in the time, the practice, and the effort so that when doors open, they can walk through them with confidence. Every successful person can look back and pinpoint the sacrifices they made to get where they are. They made conscious decisions to wake up earlier, work harder, and push themselves beyond their comfort zones. They made the tough choices that most people avoid, choosing discipline over ease, long-term vision over short-term pleasure, and persistence over quitting. These decisions are never easy, but they are necessary. There is a pattern to success. It is built on habits. People who reach their goals don't just work hard one day and expect results. They put in the effort every single day, even when they don't feel like it. They have routines that keep them focused, disciplined, and moving forward. They don't waste time on things that don't serve their purpose. They make sure that every step they take is leading them closer to their goal. Many people blame their circumstances for not achieving success. They say they don't have the right connections, the right background, or the right timing. But the truth is, none of that matters as much as the effort they put in. Plenty of people have started with nothing and built something great. The difference is that they refuse to let their circumstances define them. They took control of their situation, made a plan, and worked that plan relentlessly. The people who succeed don't rely on luck. They create opportunities for themselves by staying prepared and positioning themselves in the right places. They don't wait for someone to hand them a chance. They go out and find it. They understand that their future is in their hands. They are not afraid of failure because they see it as a stepping stone rather than an obstacle. When people talk about successful individuals, they often highlight the moment they made it. But what they don't see are the years of preparation, the early mornings, the late nights, and the sacrifices that led to that moment. Success is not one big lucky break. It's a series of intentional actions taken consistently over time. Those who achieve great things understand this, and that's why they keep going even when nobody is watching. They're focused on the bigger picture, and they know that every move they make is leading them towards something greater. Hope and luck are not strategies, action is. Many people go through life wishing for success, hoping that one day something will magically change their circumstances. They wait for the perfect opportunity, the perfect moment, or the perfect conditions to start chasing their dreams. But waiting has never built anything great. The people who succeed understand that nothing happens until they take action. They don't leave their future to chance. They create their own opportunities by consistently showing up and doing the work. There are countless stories of individuals who had big dreams but never achieved them because they never took the necessary steps. They talked about their goals, made plans in their minds, and hoped for the best, but they never moved beyond the idea stage. Ideas don't change lives, execution does. The difference between successful people and those who remain stuck is the willingness to take action despite uncertainty, fear, or imperfection. Those who achieve greatness understand that the only way forward is through movement. Action requires discipline. It's not about waiting until motivation strikes, because motivation is temporary. The most successful people operate on routine, commitment, and self-discipline. They take steps even when they don't feel like it. They understand that progress is made through consistency, not through bursts of inspiration. Those who rely on motivation alone will always struggle because feelings fluctuate, but habits create lasting change. Many people believe that luck determines success. They look at those who have achieved great things and assume they were simply in the right place at the right time, but the truth is, luck is often a byproduct of preparation. When someone is consistently working, improving, and putting themselves in positions to grow, they increase their chances of encountering opportunity. What looks like luck to outsiders is actually the result of years of effort, persistence, and resilience. Some people hesitate to take action because they fear failure. They overthink every decision, analyze every possibility, and end up stuck in the cycle of procrastination. But inaction guarantees failure. The only way to learn, grow, and move forward is by doing. Failure is not the enemy, stagnation is. Every successful person has faced setbacks, made mistakes, and encountered obstacles, but they kept moving, they adjusted, they learned, and they kept pushing forward. Success is built on momentum. Taking the first step is always the hardest, but once movement begins, it becomes easier to continue. Small actions lead to bigger actions, and eventually, progress becomes visible. The key is to start, even when conditions aren't perfect. Too many people wait for everything to be just right before they begin, but the reality is conditions are never perfect. The best time to take action is always now. It's easy to wish for success, but wishing alone doesn't make things happen. People can spend their whole lives dreaming about what they want, but never experience it because they never take the steps required to achieve it. Dreams don't come true just because someone wants them to. They come true when someone is willing to work for them. Action is what separates dreamers from achievers. Every great achievement in history was made possible by action. People didn't sit around waiting for luck to change their circumstances. They made decisions, took risks, and moved forward despite uncertainty. The ones who create change, build success, and make a difference in the world are the ones who refuse to rely on luck and instead take control of their own destinies. They don't wait for permission, the right timing, or a stroke of good fortune. They take action, and that's why they succeed. Having a clear vision and a solid plan is the foundation of success. Many people go through life without a clear direction, hoping that things will somehow work out in their favor. They wake up every day with no real strategy, no concrete goals, and no defined purpose. But success doesn't happen by accident. It happens when a person knows exactly where they want to go and what steps they need to take to get there. Without a vision, there is no destination. Without a plan, there is no path. A clear vision gives purpose. It provides focus and eliminates distractions. When a person knows exactly what they want to achieve, they can align their actions with their goals. They don't waste time on things that don't serve their purpose. They don't get caught up in meaningless activities that take them further away from their dream. Instead, they stay committed to the bigger picture. They can see beyond the temporary struggles and setbacks because they know what they are working toward. A solid plan is what turns a vision into reality. It breaks down a big dream into small, actionable steps. Many people fail because they only focus on the end goal without figuring out how to get there. They dream of success, but they don't create a roadmap. They want the results, but they don't put a strategy in place. A solid plan outlines what needs to be done, when it needs to be done, and how it will be accomplished. It removes confusion and provides a clear path forward. People often underestimate the power of planning. They assume that successful individuals simply work hard and figure things out as they go. But behind every major achievement, there is a detailed plan. Businesses don't grow without a strategy. Athletes don't reach peak performance without a training plan. Artists don't create masterpieces without a vision of what they want to produce. Every great accomplishment is backed by a plan that was executed with precision. Having a plan also helps in overcoming obstacles. Challenges and setbacks are inevitable. But when a person has a strategy, they are better prepared to handle them. They don't get easily discouraged because they have already anticipated possible difficulties. They don't quit at the first sign of trouble because they have multiple ways to move forward. A well thought out plan includes flexibility, allowing adjustments without losing sight of the goal. Many people rely on motivation alone, but motivation is temporary. Some days will feel inspiring, and other days will feel exhausting. Without a clear plan, it becomes easy to lose momentum and give up. But when a person has a structured approach, they can stay on track even when motivation fades. Their progress is not dependent on how they feel that day. It is driven by discipline and consistency. Successful people don't leave their future to chance. They don't just hope for things to get better. They take control by setting specific goals and developing a plan to achieve them. They write down their objectives, break them into manageable tasks, and hold themselves accountable for following through. They measure their progress and make adjustments when necessary. They don't wait for things to happen. They make them happen. A strong vision and a solid plan also build confidence. When a person knows where they are headed and how they will get there, they feel more in control of their future. They move with purpose, knowing that every step they take is leading them closer to their dream. They don't second guess themselves or get lost in doubt because they have already mapped out their path. Their actions are intentional and their success is inevitable because they have laid the groundwork for it. Discipline and consistency create results. Many people start with big dreams and great intentions, but only a few follow through long enough to see real success. The difference between those who achieve their goals and those who don't is not talent, luck, or intelligence. It is the ability to stay disciplined and consistent. Success is not built overnight, and it does not come from sporadic bursts of effort. It comes from showing up every day, putting in the work, and staying committed even when motivation fades. Discipline is doing what needs to be done, even when it's not easy or exciting. It means waking up early to work on a goal when staying in bed would be more comfortable. It means sticking to a schedule when distractions are everywhere. It means following through on commitments even when nobody is watching. Many people rely on motivation to push them forward, but motivation is temporary. Some days will be full of energy and inspiration, and other days will feel slow and difficult. Discipline is what carries a person through when motivation runs out. It is the ability to stay focused and take action no matter how they feel in the moment. Consistency is the key to progress. Small efforts repeated over time lead to massive results. Many people give up because they don't see immediate success, but success is not instant. It is the result of daily habits, repeated actions, and long-term effort. A person who works out for one day will not see a difference, but someone who exercises consistently for months will transform their body. A writer who writes one page today may not finish a book, but a writer who writes every day will eventually complete a masterpiece. Success is not about doing something once. It is about doing it repeatedly until it becomes a part of who you are. People often look at successful individuals and assume they have something special that others don't. But what they really have is the ability to stay consistent when others quit. They understand that results come from persistence. They don't wait for the perfect moment or the right mood to take action. They build habits that keep them moving forward every single day. Whether they feel like it or not, they put in the effort because they know that consistency compounds over time. Discipline and consistency require sacrifice. It means saying no to distractions, no to excuses, and no to anything that takes focus away from the goal. Many people fail because they give in to short-term comfort instead of staying committed to their long-term vision. They skip workouts, put off projects, or make excuses for why they can't start yet. But every excuse pushes them further away from success. The ones who achieve their goals are the ones who are willing to sacrifice temporary pleasure for long-term rewards. One of the biggest challenges people face is the temptation to quit when results don't come quickly. They start something new, work hard for a short time, and then stop when they don't see instant progress. But every major achievement in life requires patience. Success is like planting a seed. It takes time to grow. The effort put in today may not show results immediately, but over time it builds into something great. Those who keep going, even when progress feels slow, are the ones who eventually reach their goals. Building discipline and consistency takes effort, but once developed, they become second nature. They turn into habits that no longer require constant willpower. Successful people don't have to force themselves to take action every day because they have trained themselves to do it automatically. Their daily routines set them up for success. They don't rely on luck or motivation. They rely on their ability to stay disciplined and consistent. Taking smart, calculated risks is essential for success. Many people stay in their comfort zones, avoiding any kind of risk because they fear failure. They tell themselves that it is safer to stick with what they know, to play it safe, and to avoid making mistakes. But the truth is, avoiding risk is often the biggest risk of all. Growth only happens when a person is willing to step into the unknown, make bold moves, and take chances that have the potential to change their lives. There is a difference between reckless risk and calculated risk. Reckless risk is jumping into something blindly without preparation or understanding the consequences. It is making decisions based on impulse rather than strategy. Calculated risk, on the other hand, is about making informed decisions, weighing the pros and cons, and taking action with a clear plan in mind. Successful people do not gamble with their future. They take smart risks that are backed by research, preparation, and strategy. Taking calculated risks often means stepping into uncertainty. No matter how much planning goes into a decision, there will always be an element of the unknown. Many people let fear stop them from moving forward because they want a guarantee that everything will work out. But there are no guarantees in life. Those who achieve great things understand that uncertainty is part of the process. They do not let fear hold them back. Instead, they use it as fuel to push forward. Opportunities often come disguised as risks. The best chances for success rarely come in a neat, comfortable package. They require taking a leap, making a move, and trusting the process. Many people miss out on life-changing opportunities because they are waiting for the perfect moment. But there is no perfect moment. There will always be doubts, challenges, and reasons to hesitate. Those who succeed recognize an opportunity when they see one and take action before it passes them by. Fear of failure keeps many people from taking the risks necessary for success. They worry about what might go wrong, about making mistakes, or about looking foolish in front of others. But failure is not the opposite of success. It is a necessary step toward it. Every successful person has failed at some point, but they did not let failure define them. Instead, they used it as a learning experience, adjusted their strategy, and kept going. They understood that failure is temporary, but regret lasts forever. Taking risks requires confidence. It means believing in oneself and in the ability to figure things out along the way. Confidence does not come from knowing everything will go perfectly. It comes from trusting that no matter what happens, there is a way forward. People who take calculated risks are not fearless. They simply refuse to let fear control them. They understand that every risk carries the potential for growth, and even if things do not go as planned, they will come out stronger and wiser. The greatest rewards in life come from taking chances. Playing it safe might provide temporary comfort, but it rarely leads to extraordinary success. Every major breakthrough, every innovative idea, and every great achievement started with someone taking a risk. They saw an opportunity, they made a move, and they trusted themselves to navigate the challenges that came with it. They did not let fear stop them, and because of that, they created something greater than they ever imagined. People who take smart risks also understand the power of adaptability. They know that not every risk will lead to immediate success, but they are willing to pivot, adjust, and keep moving forward. They do not see obstacles as signs to stop. They see them as chances to learn and grow. They are not reckless, but they are bold. They take control of their own destiny by making strategic moves that bring them closer to their goals. They do not wait for opportunities to come to them. They go out and create them. Success is not a solo journey. It requires the right relationships, and a strong support system. Many people try to do everything on their own, believing that hard work and determination alone will get them to the top. While effort and discipline are essential, no one truly succeeds alone. The most successful people understand the power of surrounding themselves with the right people, mentors, partners, friends, and supporters who push them forward, challenge them to grow, and help them navigate obstacles along the way. The people a person surrounds themselves with have a direct impact on their success. Negative, toxic, and unmotivated individuals can drain energy, fill the mind with doubt, and hold someone back from reaching their full potential. On the other hand, being around positive, ambitious, and successful people creates an environment of growth and progress. Success is contagious, and when a person spends time with those who are striving for greatness, they naturally adopt the same mindset. They learn new strategies, gain valuable insights, and stay motivated to keep pushing forward. Mentorship is one of the most powerful tools for success. A mentor is someone who has already walked the path, made the mistakes, and learned the lessons. Having the right mentor can save years of trial and error. Instead of figuring everything out alone, a person can learn from someone who has already been where they want to go. Mentors provide guidance, wisdom, and encouragement. They help shape decisions, expand perspectives, and offer strategies that might not have been considered. The most successful individuals actively seek out mentors and surround themselves with those who challenge them to be better. Building a strong support system also means having people who hold one accountable. It is easy to make excuses, delay goals, or lose focus when no one is watching. But when there are people who expect results, who check in on progress, and who push for improvement, it becomes harder to quit. Accountability partners, coaches, or even close friends can provide the encouragement and pressure needed to stay consistent and committed to the goal. They remind a person of their purpose when motivation fades and ensure they don't settle for less than their best. Collaboration is another key to success. Many of the greatest achievements in history were not accomplished by one person alone, but by teams working together toward a common goal. Ideas grow stronger when shared, and progress happens faster when people combine their strengths. Those who succeed at the highest level know how to network, build valuable relationships, and create partnerships that open doors to greater opportunities. They are not afraid to ask for help, share their knowledge, and create win-win situations that benefit everyone involved. One of the biggest mistakes people make is holding on to relationships that no longer serve them. Staying connected to individuals who constantly bring negativity, discourage ambition, or lack vision can be a major roadblock to success. Growth often requires letting go of people who are not aligned with the journey ahead. This does not mean cutting ties with everyone, but it does mean prioritizing relationships that bring value, encouragement, and positive influence. Successful individuals understand that they must protect their energy, environment, and mental space by being intentional about the company they keep. The right relationships provide strength during difficult times. Success is not a straight path. It comes with challenges, setbacks, and moments of doubt. Having people who uplift, inspire, and remind someone of their potential can make all the difference. Support systems provide motivation when things get tough and encouragement when failure happens. The journey becomes less lonely and more fulfilling when there are people to share the struggles and victories along the way. The power of relationships extends beyond just personal success. Giving back, mentoring others, and helping those who are coming up behind is equally important. Success is not just about reaching the top alone, but bringing others along and creating opportunities for those who are willing to grow. The most accomplished individuals understand the importance of both receiving guidance and offering it to others. They recognize that success is not just about what they achieve, but also about the impact they make on the people around them.